What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Fantasy Stand, where we are here couple more days till the start of the NFL season, but until then, we are still going in and getting a fantasy football mock draft. At least before the start of the regular season, I still have a draft later on today. I have a fantasy footballers Megalo Bowl tomorrow, another draft at night, and I think another one middle of the day. So still have some key leagues here, so just getting as much practice as I can. These ones are going to be a 12 team, so going to come here with 3 wide receiver set, randomize this once, twice, and 3 times. And we're going to go ahead, get the 8th pick in this 12 team. Just want to make sure PPR, 3 wide receivers, 1 quarterback. We're going to go ahead, hop in here, get some practice in. So hope you guys had some good drafts this weekend. Hope you love your team. Oh, wow, this one's actually going to be tough. In a 12 team at the 8th spot, we are third or with a 3 wide receiver set. So I am going to test my wide receiver build, even though Bijan was right there. He does go right after that. With this one here, I could essentially go the double wide receiver. And look, Isaiah Pacheco actually goes before me because it knows that's who I've been targeting. Out of these 3, I'm actually going to go with King Henry. Let me see how he looks on this squad. See who falls here to the 3rd. Miss out on Cooper Kupp, Travis Kelce as well. Running backs, Rashad White, Joe Mixon. Wide receivers, though, Nico Collins, Mike Evans, Debo, Malik. Tight end wise, Trey McBride, Mark Andrews. I'm going to go in here wide receiver wise. I'll take Mike Evans just to see if Malik Neighbors possibly could fall to us, and he doesn't. Actually goes there later on in the 3rd. In my real draft leagues, I actually took Malik Neighbors in the 3rd, thinking he would not fall to me to the 4th. Probably could have chanced it in maybe like one league, but really happy he at least still got on my squad. Just looking here, though, we do miss out on Malik Neighbors. There are other wide receivers like Jalen Waddle, who is on the injury report right now. Debo Samuel, Devontae Smith, who is a wide receiver too, like Jalen Waddle. DJ Moore, who did just get paid, but is in that 3-headed monster. Kind of same thing with DK Metcalf. He is the man there. Obviously, the one. But a lot of people think JSN will start rising. I'm just going to look tight end wise just to see Trey McBride, Mark Andrews, Dalton Kincaid. Running back wise, Joe Mixon, Kenneth Walker still there. And quarterback wise, here in the 4th, Lamar Jackson is there. That is actually somewhat intriguing. I'm actually going to go ahead. I'll take Lamar. I'll see this. We're essentially stacking him with Derrick Henry, getting that running combo. Here, Trey McBride falls. Look at that. Kyler Murray at least fell to that 5th round, knowing that he would be there in case there was someone like. There are some wide receivers we kind of like. Terry McLaurin as well. We like Jaden Daniels, Tank Dell, Calvin Ridley still available. Tight end wise, Trey McBride, Dalton Kincaid. Gonna come in here. I'll go ahead and take Trey McBride. In one of my leagues, I bluffed, I whiffed on tight end completely. I didn't realize there were 2 guys after me that still needed a tight end, and I of course was out and about drafting from my phone, so ended up missing out on both George Kittle and Jake Ferguson, who were kind of the last 2 tight ends there. Ended up having to just settle. And essentially, we're going to try the Taysom Hill combo this first week just to see if it's somehow a home run hit. If not, go into the waiver wire and, start picking up some guys. So right there, we did take Trey McBride. You just need that league winner, difference maker. Going to come here in the 6th. We do need some running backs. Wide receiver wise, Tank Dell, though, still available. Hard to pass up on him. Just with that value there. We'll come in and we'll fill in these running back spots, but couldn't pass Tank Dell still right there. Running back wise, this one's actually going to be tough because we're running out of people we like. Najee Harris, Tony Pollard, still key guys. Brian Robinson Jr. to me is just the safe pick right there. It's who I'm going to go with. I don't want to miss out on him. Essentially, we're going to need to start filling out more of this running back conundrum we have. I'm actually going to go just take Devin Singletary right there. More than likely, we miss out on Brian Thomas Jr. We'll see, though. Does he fall? Oh, no, he goes right there. And Keon Coleman, two guys we were hoping were going to fall to us. Khalil Shakir's still there. He's intriguing to me because he is opposite starting Keon Coleman in that Buffalo Bills offense. Curtis Samuel's still dealing with the toe injury. Romeo Dobbs there. Joshua Palmer, who technically is the one. And Tyler Lockett, who is dealing with a little bit of an injury, but still a veteran that I think, I don't know. A lot of people think JSN is going to just step up and explode. I think Tyler Lockett is still going to have somewhat of a role there. So just looking here, oh man, yeah. Kind of not liking the way this build came out, purely with the fact that maybe we could have just waited on quarterback rather than take Lamar Jackson there, especially for this 12-team build, because it's just the main thing is like, this core, I'm not mad at this core. I mean, of course, running back wise, would love a Zamir White, would love Raheem Mostert possibly there. But settling for Brian Thomas Jr. and hoping here essentially that we just get the value kind of coming to us. So with that, Gus Edwards, Zeke Elliott, Chuba Hubbard's there. I'm going to take actually Dowdle, just make sure I get him on the roster. Trey Benson was there as well. Could have took a shot at him. Jaleel McLaughlin available. But yeah, not necessarily liking this build. Going to go ahead, just get my wide receivers, who I would essentially take down here. Jalen Polk, rookie, with the starting upside. Dontavian Wicks still available. Let me just go here to the teams just to see where we are. We are in the 13th round, so yeah, essentially got two more picks left. Quarterback-wise, Caleb Williams there. Running back-wise, no one necessarily we're loving. I'll go ahead, just take the shot on Dontavian Wicks. He is the wide receiver 4. But when he does get a chance to get on the field, he does shine. So we'll go ahead and take him. I love the upside in Caleb Williams as well. I personally love Jaden Daniels. If Jaden Daniels isn't there, Caleb Williams, I think, to me, is just a great option, another option to have there. So we are down to our last couple picks. Going to go ahead, just choose our defense and choose our kicker. And we'll go ahead and see the draft grade here and essentially just modify our strategy. So this is the 12-team. 79C+, we'll take this. Looking here at our starting squad, this one spent a fourth-round pick on Lamar Jackson. A.J. Brown was our first. Derrick Henry was our second. Mike Evans our third. After that, essentially, like I said, went quarterback and spent up on for Trey McBride. So looking at this starting squad from the, like I said, top to bottom, Lamar Jackson, Derrick Henry, Brian Robinson Jr. as the RB2. That's obviously our worst position right there. A.J. Brown, Mike Evans, Tank Dell as the starting wide receivers, Trey McBride as the tight end. In our flex, this is where we're essentially going to need some help from the waiver wire, but Devin Singletary. On our bench, Jerome Ford, Rico Dowdle. Wide receivers, Adam Thielen, Jalen Polk, Dontavian Wicks, and Caleb Williams, essentially filling it out. Fantasy Pros experts, couple of 80s, lowest one there, 71. We'll come back in here and do another quick mock draft from the ace spot. Start your draft, start your engines. Let's go ahead and see here. Jahmyr Gibbs available. So this is a spot where really only your choices between Justin Jefferson or A.J. Brown. Personally would go A.J. Brown in this mock. Dang. That one is tough. I mean, if I did have the choice, though, I feel in real life I would more than likely go A.J. Brown. After A.J. Brown, we have... Let me see. The running back did. Okay, Pacheco's there. This is how I have been wanting to start. Personally, would love it if Kupp could possibly be there. He would be who I would want as my wide receiver 2. This draft, I really am going to try to just hold off at least on either tight end or quarterback. It's really hard, though, when Lamar Jackson is right there, and that literally was last year's MVP. Here in the fourth, what that means, I feel like I kind of just have to stick to my guns, or at least here in the fourth. Monte Smith, DJ. Man, look at Rashee Rice just rising up the board right here. Rashad White, Joe Mixon. Essentially, I am just trying to get league winners. And I know Kyler Murray could possibly be a league winner. We literally have the MVP for last year sitting right there at fourth. That's the only reason why I'm considering going him there at fourth. I mean, what? We could get DK Metcalf right here. DJ Moore as our wide receiver 3, Rashee Rice, if we really want to spend on him right now for round 4. I've been waiting until round 5 essentially to get him. This one, I'm actually going to go ahead. I'll spend up on tight end here in the 4th. I'll wait on quarterback of not getting Lamar Jackson. Rashee Rice still available right here. Terry McLaurin as well. I've been going Rashee Rice when I've been put in this predicament purely with the fact that I just like Mahomes better as a passer than Jaden Daniels, and I think Jaden Daniels is still going to be great. Don't get me wrong. However, I just wanted Patrick Mahomes' wide receiver essentially there. So here in the 6, Kyler Murray's available. I know we're going to need to get our running backs. Man, this one is actually pretty tough. I'm going to go ahead, though, stick to my guns, get the running backs, get the ones that I want and need. I hate how Raheem Mostert has essentially been flying up this draft board because Zamir White is who I would much rather have. But I also do know the upside that Raheem Mostert does as well. And so luckily for us here in the 7th, Raheem Mostert's still available, and which is best case scenario. I don't even need to necessarily see the wide receivers still available, even though we do miss out on Xavier Worthy. Jake Ferguson goes, Deontay Johnson. Oh. Yeah. So here, actually, in the 8th, we have our 3 wide receivers. We have our top tight end. We have our running backs. Brian Robinson Jr. is still available. Wide receiver wise, the only ones I'm really looking at are Brian Thomas and Keon Coleman. Quarterback-wise, we missed out on Kyler Murray, so the only ones really available we really love are Jordan Love and Jaden Daniels. This is one, though, where I would take a shot Caleb Williams, Jared Goff maybe, even though he doesn't have that rushing upside. But Jordan Love and Jaden Daniels, I think, are going to be great. Ooh, this is tough. I'm going to go ahead. I'll get Brian Robinson Jr. Just hard to leave that value right there. Really surprised Austin Eckler went before him. We do miss out on Keon Coleman. Do miss out on not Brian Thomas Jr. So we got Brian Robinson Jr. We got Brian Thomas Jr. I'm actually excited about that. The fact too that as I'm looking at this draft, Jaden Daniels still there in the 10th. Perfect scenario, I think, for us to essentially wait on our quarterbacks, still get him. Caleb Williams still available. Jared Goff, good other backups should we need. Going to come back in here, though. We have 4 stout running backs. Don't really think we need to spend up or try and get Jaleel McLaughlin. Maybe Jalen Wright, purely with the fact that we do have Raheem Mostert. Now just going to come in and fill out this roster. So, quarterback-wise, just Caleb there. Jalen Wright. You know what? I'll go ahead man, that one is tough. But you know what? I would do it. Jordan Mason available there, but I would take the chance on Jalen Wright purely with the fact that we have Raheem Mostert in this draft. Devon Achane, small stature as well, injury history. Same with Mostert. Wide receiver wise, Rashid Shaheed still here. Gonna go ahead take him. He is the wide receiver 2 there in New Orleans. Does play in a dome, so love that. Jared Goff, we lose out on. Run on the tight ends do decide to go. Jordan Mason was actually there in the 12th. Just a couple more picks. Go ahead, take Jalen Polk, another young rookie. We like that could possibly take a step forward or step up on this roster and take over that first team role. One spot left, quarterback wise, Trevor Lawrence. Ooh, I'll go ahead with my backup QB, Trevor Lawrence. I mean, we like Brian Thomas Jr. Evan Ingram's going to be a PPR monster. Get our kicker, defense, and we'll see how this one grades out. A couple guys kind of fell a little bit more to us. We did spend up on tight end, didn't get the quarterback essentially. We waited on that. But this one here, 85 out of 100. I'll go ahead and take that. Top to bottom on this team, Jaden Daniels is our quarterback. We waited essentially to the 10th to get him. Isaiah Pacheco, though, Zamir White, A.J. Brown, Cooper Kupp, Rashee Rice as our wide receivers. Trey McBride is our tight end. Raheem Mostert in the flex. On our bench, Brian Robinson Jr., Brian Thomas Jr., great running back wide receiver. Ones on the team that I think are great that we can fill in and plug into our league. Jalen Wright, with the fact that we did get Raheem Mostert, could provide value. Rashid Shaheed, just looked for a couple of wide receivers down here to provide value. Rashid Shaheed, Jalen Polk, and took Trevor Lawrence there at the last pick. Fantasy Pros Expert, this one here, low 71, 73, 79, and an 83 from Derek Brown. We'll go ahead, come in here one more time, do a third draft, do this one different than the first two. Obviously, we did go wide receiver first. Just trying to see if the running backs do possibly fall. I don't see it, but I am still going to take a shot on Jahmyr Gibbs, essentially over, Justin Jefferson. He is the best wide receiver, just not in that situation there with Sam Darnold. So I'm going to go ahead and take our running back champions, essentially. I love Isaiah Pacheco. Jahmyr Gibbs obviously does have that hamstring injury, but you're hoping that he is essentially healed from that. And we'll go ahead, start our build with those two. In the third, could go, since we are a little light, or we'll be spinning up on a lot of these other positions, I'm actually going to test this with Sam Laporta. Essentially go a running back, tight end build. Josh Jacobs was in consideration there. However, great. It's also not looking at the fact that we got two Detroit guys with the injury tags. This one here, going to take the excitement of Malik Neighbors, essentially to anchor our wide receiver team. Terry McLaurin, Tank Dell here, going Terry McLaurin, just with the fact that he is the pure wide receiver one there. George Pickens does have Russell Wilson and Justin Fields, and Tank Dell, we'll see, in the rotation of where he falls. Here, though, as my wide receiver 3, I would gladly take Tank Dell. Calvin Ridley also there. We do miss out on him. Raheem Mostert does go that round. Looking at the wide receiver wise, there's some exciting rookies. Jaden Reed is available. We are going to start needing, let me see here, obviously quarterbacks, but to start filling out some of our bench positions. Looking at the running backs, Brian Robinson Jr. is available there. Would gladly take him over Tony Pollard, even though both technically are the 1As on their team. I just think Brian Robinson Jr. has a better chance at standing out. Going to take Brian Thomas Jr. here after. Love the excitement of that rookie. Keon Coleman does go after us in that same 8th round. Was hoping he would have been able to fall. That did not, however, come to fruition. Wide receiver and running back. Let me go ahead and see here. Running back wise, Rico Dowdle available. Trey Benson also too. Jonathan Brooks, who we know will be the starter later. Looking at this team of Jahmyr Gibbs, Isaiah Pacheco, Brian Robinson, we could pick him up knowing that he will be a key contributor on our team later on. Essentially, we can try and get Chuba Hubbard later on as well. But I'll go ahead. I'll take Jonathan Brooks, put him on the IR, and essentially pick up someone free off the waiver wire once we get back in. Quarterback-wise, Jayden Daniels here. I'll take him in the 10th. Don't want to risk losing him. Brock Purdy goes, I believe, this round as well. So good thing we took him, just so we didn't miss out on Jayden Daniels. Now we have essentially our last couple of bench spots to fill out. Wide receiver-wise, going to come in. No one really there. Tight end-wise, Njoku, we could get a nice backup. Running back-wise, no one either. Man, there's not really a lot of guys we like. Curtis Samuel there on the injury. See teams. We have Sam Laporta on the injury report. The other two guys we like are on the injury report as well. Man, a lot of guys on the injury report. I guess preseason really does take its toll. We'll come in. Let me see. Just looking at this team. Obviously, we need wide receiver help. We need running back help. I'll look at the running backs one more time just to see Antonio Gibson, Ray Davis. No one really there except for Jordan Mason, who could be, obviously, should anything happen to Christian McCaffrey, he is going to be a great addition. Let me come in here, though. I'll go ahead, just with Laporta being injured, I'll just take Njoku, even though he has an injury tag as well. I'll start filling out this squad. Jordan Mason does go there. We miss out on him. If I wanted another good running back, I guess I can go ahead and get... I don't know why I'm blanking on the running back name I saw. Braylon Allen. Although I think he went there. Quarterback-wise, I'll take Tua there, 13th. We essentially got the last couple picks here before the end of the draft. Let me see. Yeah, just one more bench spot. Go wide receiver. Take a shot on Dontavian Wicks. And then we'll go ahead, get these defense and kickers. So really appreciate you guys following along again. Love the fact that sorry I wasn't able to get another draft yesterday. Did have the holiday, so was with family. But wanted to come in, get some practice in. Like I said, have some bigger drafts tomorrow, later today and tomorrow. So this draft right here, 79, right in the middle between our first two. Once again, though, quarterback Jayden Daniels, and then our running backs Jahmyr Gibbs, Isaiah Pacheco, Malik Neighbors, Terry McLaurin, Tank Dell as our wide receivers, Sam Laporta as the tight end, Brian Robinson Jr. in the flex, Brian Thomas Jr., Jonathan Brooks, David Njoku, Jalen Polk, Tua Tagovailoa, and Dontavian Wicks on our bench. This one was a 79. Got the highest Bs, though, 84, 81, 78. So Fantasy Pros liked it a little bit more than the others. Like I said, guys, really appreciate you following along. Glad I was able to get this episode out today. Good luck in your drafts, and we'll be back at it again tomorrow, hopefully drafting again. So see you guys later, and take care.